Hello and welcome to Legends of the Wind. How are you? I'm Jurri Schenck. Thanks for joining us tonight. This is going to be a power-packed show tonight. I'm really excited. I want you to think about something. Imagine that there's a library in the realm of the imagination, of a magical land where all of us came from. And this library has books written about you and me. It can be stories that are about any kind of genre, fantasy, adventure, romance, thriller, whatever they are. And these stories are written about you and me. Now, if you knew that there was a book written about you, wouldn't you want to know what story you're in? Well, that's what we do here at Legends of the Wind. We're here to help reveal to you your story. So thank you for joining us tonight. A big question for this evening's show is, do you need a change in direction? Now, that's a little teaser about the theme of the show. Now, I want to thank you guys for your orders. We have an abundance of orders right now. It's kind of growing pains, and I'm so thankful to everybody who have purchased a story from us. It is a great privilege and honor to serve you with those stories. And so, well, we're working on it because we're trying to get everybody scheduled. And so we're now probably going to have show times, not just on Mondays, but also on certain Thursdays, just so you know. The demand is piling up, so that's exciting. Now, we can still ask for stories. If you want to purchase a story, go to legendsofthewind.com and go to our store. We're still offering the sale of 60% off on our website. And right now, the price is $99 instead of $250. Also, you can read our book. We have for sale on Amazon, our book, Volume 1, Legends of the Wind. It's in book form, ebook, and also audiobook. And if you go to our website, legendsofthewind.com, you can check out some samples there. There's an audio sample that's really cool with me and my daughter, Kylie, that I think you'll really enjoy. So thank you guys for purchasing our book. Thank you for ordering a story. And if you have purchased a book, please leave a review at Amazon. So welcome to the show. Now, I want to introduce to you Jodi Burden. So Jodi, come on in. Hey Jodi, how are you? Are you there?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Yep.
Now,
Can you hear me?
yes, the video is a little choppy. We'll just wait for it to catch up, but I can hear you just fine. Thank you for coming. Now, I have a couple of questions to ask you. Have we ever met before tonight?
Okay. No, never.
All right. And have I ever interviewed you about yourself prior to tonight?
No, we've never talked before tonight.
Awesome. So this story that I have for you is going to be really special because I'm taking a huge risk about jumping on the water and walking on water here. Now, one of the cool thing about Jodi is that she's our first winner for... the sound has feedback so hard to hear. I don't know. Okay. Jodi is our first winner for Yes FM. It's a radio station in Toledo, Ohio. And so, Jodi, what do you know about Legends of the Wind?
Not much, to be honest with you, other than a few things that I checked out today while I was doing some research. And a friend of mine who actually works at Yes FM, who let me know that I won this, had a story read about him, and he was just really excited. And so I don't know much other than what I've looked at today, but I'm super excited. I love the idea of storytelling.
Cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming and being our first winner. So would you like just to jump right in?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So just so you know, before we get started, some people are saying that there's some audio problems, and I don't know where it's coming from. So let me hit mute on your microphone, Jodi, because I'm wondering if it's coming from you. Just
Sure.
a second. Okay, guys, is that better? Can you hear me now? I don't hear the background noise. Could someone in the chat tell me? So Jodi, you can hear me, right? You can nod, right? Thumbs up, you can hear? Okay. So Jodi, before we get started, thank you. when you hear me, you need to turn my volume down just a little bit because they're saying that my voice is coming through your phone. So just so you know, okay? So here we go. Lying eyes. Jodi yawned as she got up and out of bed. The morning sun shone through her bedroom window, and the birds chirped outside as the neighbor mowed his lawn. Jodi looked into the mirror and tried to fix her hair. She just shrugged and started her day. Jodi's journey has been hard, and the work never seemed to end. She was always up early and often stayed up late. Too many friends and family members told her, "You're burning the candle at both ends." Jodi listened to these voices, but the tyranny of the urgent would get the best of her. This affected her health and caused problems in her bigger plans. She needed to make a course correction. The road trip she just went on was amazing, however. She traveled with a friend who knew of impressive sights and, of course, great food. Jodi loved eating out and experiencing new menus and a variety of eateries. The birthday parties, the celebrations, the weddings, and all the social activities filled her soul. She welcomed any time to have fun and get together. However, this road trip ended unexpectedly. She was riding as a passenger on the freeway, and her friend was tired. The night sky was difficult to see because of the overcast clouds. The opposing traffic zipped by with blinding lights. Jodi's driver was full of life during the day, but now this time she had a blurred vision. Jodi was slumbering in the passenger seat. She kept opening and closing her eyes, trying to watch the road. It was past midnight, and their fun kept them out. Jodi called her family to let them know that they would be late that night and to not expect anything in the morning. The times of their youth were turning a page into a new chapter. Jodi's driver dropped their head down and lost control of the vehicle. The sudden swerve of the steering wheel jerked their bodies, and they woke up. Jodi screamed, and her friend grabbed the wheel. The vehicle crossed over from their lane and entered the median of grass. Jodi's friend overcorrected, and the vehicle rolled and flipped twice to land on its wheels. The crash noise, this glass flying, and the terror of the moment shook these friends to the core. Both were wearing seatbelts, and the airbags deployed and kept them safe from greater harm. They were sore and banged up by the trauma of the crash. Jodi cried out, "Are you okay?" Her friend replied in a panic, I'm sorry. Yes, I am okay." Both of the girls checked their bodies and breathed great relief. The SUV was a powerful vehicle and had protected them. Its strong build and design kept them alive. Jodi and her friend unbuckled themselves, but the crash crushed their doors shut and trapped them. The engine had smoke coming out of it, and a small fire peeked out from under the hood. "We're on fire, look!" Jodi and her friend panicked and pushed at their doors. They were not strong enough to open the doors. Next, they kicked at the doors. The flames grew in size. Black smoke seeped into the vents. The girls coughed to try to fan away the oily air. Jodi's friend cried out, "We're going to die!" Jodi's life flashed before her eyes, and time slowed down. All the promises of her destiny filled her imagination. These were things that have not yet happened. They were her desires and visions of her future. Jodi realized that her future was still possible, and she had dreams to fulfill. She recognized her future and brought it back to the present. "No, we will not die. It's our future. Do you remember what we planned or what others said to us?" Jodi had a sudden thought and told her friend, "Try the locks on your door. Lock them and then hit the unlock button. Maybe we can reset it." Her girlfriend nodded and complied with Jodi's suggestion. As she pushed the buttons, they heard a whirring clicking. Jodi then said, "Now unlock." Her friend pushed the button, and a hard thump sound came from their doors. Jodi pulled the handle to her door, and it opened. However, her friend could not open her jammed door. "Quick, get out!" cried Jodi. With every bit of agility and strength, the two friends rushed out the passenger door. Within seconds, flames engulfed the cabin. The girls stood there and watched the vehicle burn. Moments later, a highway patrol vehicle with lights flashing and sirens blazing pulled up. The officer stepped out and checked on the girls. He asked, "Are you the only occupants?" They nodded as they held their arms to their bodies as it was cold. The officer grabbed a couple of blankets from his trunk and gave them to the girls. As they got warm, tears filled their eyes, and they cried and hugged each other. This was a night they would never forget. Jodi's friend again said, "I'm sorry." Jodi replied, "We're alive. That's all that matters." The fire department arrived and put out the flames. The ambulance also came, and the EMTs examined the girls. Both had bruising and minor cuts from the rolling and impact. The EMTs determined they were in no need of the hospital. They climbed into the highway patrol officer's vehicle, and he drove them home. The drive was quiet. Both of the girls leaned into each other, exhausted. Jodi called her parents. "Mom, Dad, we're coming home. We rolled the SUV, but we're okay. Please don't kill us." Jodi's parents expressed immediate compassion and mercy. This wasn't the end. They were very thankful. As they rode home in the highway patrol vehicle, Jodi's friend asked, "Why did you talk about our future? And how did you know about the locks?" Jodi thought in her heart and replied, "I saw you and I still need to do things. My memory of the future gave me hope. As far as the locks, I don't know. I was just in my imagination." Her friend replied, "Thank God." Jodi replied, or nodded her head and whispered, "Thank God." When Jodi got home, her parents hugged her and checked her over. "I just want to sleep, Mom." And that she did. Jodi crashed on her bed and dreams filled her mind. The memories of the future came again, but she dreamed more. Jodi would travel across the country and would meet many people who were interested in her talents and abilities. Some of them would ask her to speak about life and encouragement to their youth. The dreams became more vivid, and they showed Jodi flying all over the world, going to amazing places. Part of it was touring, and other parts would be business, but all of it was profitable. Jodi's talent in photography and posting images on Instagram would document her adventures. It would be a wild time, and of course, she would get to eat some amazing food. Jodi's life at the party would become a place of entrepreneurship, and many would benefit from her stories and travels. Kings and queens of culture would seek her advice, as Jodi's wisdom would empower them and bring healing to their hearts. Addictions would dissolve away. Marriages would restore. The finances of the people she counseled transformed into sound and good shape. Her talents and her caring heart amazed everyone. Jodi will help people know their futures. Her revelations would correct the people's lying eyes because she discovered the truth of their destinies. The tragedy of the car wreck and their escape transformed her. Jodi will sing and cry out, "My future belongs to me. I see, I see. I cannot die. Let me be what I see. My future belongs to me." Inceptio. So, Jodi, are you still there? Let me unmute you here. Hold on. Jodi? Oh, no. Hopefully. Jodi, are you there? Is anybody in the chat tell me that anything? Let's see here. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry about this. I didn't even know that it was locked. Let's bring her back. Hold on, guys. So this is our first big technical bump tonight. Anybody in the chat, can you respond and let me know how things are? Can you still hear me and see me? Okay. Just a second. Okay, here we go. Jodi, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can now. Did you get to hear the story?
I heard the whole thing.
Oh, good. Very good. Yeah, I guess you froze, and I didn't know that you were gone. But you were able to hear me, guys. So, yeah, her screen is frozen. So, oh, wow. So you got to hear the very end, correct? Yeah, I guess you froze.
Hang on. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you there? Oh, you're crying. How are you? Can you hear me? Hey, Jodi. Can you hear
Okay,
me
I
now?
tried to get somewhere where I had a better connection. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Are you
Oh,
okay?
oh, I'm okay. I heard the whole thing.
Oh, you did?
I heard the whole thing.
Oh,
Um, Incredible. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly emotional.
that's okay. I'm here for you. We can just take our time.
There's so much there. So much there. That is incredible. I don't really know where to start, to be honest.
You can start whatever comes first. It's okay. Oh,
Um,
man. Wow.
the beginning, just
Mm-hmm.
how I see myself in the mirror and some of the image things that I've been dealing with and burning the candle at both ends. Um, that is my life. That is my life. Um, and it's affected my health.
Huh. Wow.
Adrenal fatigue, particularly.
Wow. Okay.
Um, the friend, I think of my sister, who is my best friend and does ministry with me full time.
Okay. Wow.
And we both have been kind of in a transition of something different God wants to do with us, but it's like a season of rest,
Mm.
which is really difficult for us. And to me, it feels like that car wreck is symbolic if we just keep going and we don't listen to what he's telling us to do.
Hmm.
And the future of that story is, I mean, I love to eat out. I love parties and weddings. And I mean, it's me. Anybody watching this that knows me would totally, but they're probably, I mean, my sister's watching this right now and she's probably totally flabbergasted, honestly. I had a prophecy that someday I would be traveling and he saw me sitting at a table eating really good food and laughing. And I'm just blown away right now. I'm just so blown away. And I um I love to travel. It's the deepest dream of mine to travel to other countries, and I've never seen how that would work, but I um I'm sorry, my mind is just
That's
literally
fine. You're doing
spinning right
fine.
now.
You're
I
fine.
was crying the minute you said when Jodi woke up and the sun came in her room. I literally look forward to that moment when I wake up in the morning and the sun's coming up. It's almost like my alarm clock because what I do, it's late nights, very late nights. But I do have to get up early in the morning because I have a son and I have, domestic life to take care of. But oh my gosh, there's so much there. But that story just gave me hope, and I felt like it was so true to what's really happening in my life right now. It's
Mm.
incredible, and it excites me to know that that's going to be my future.
Mm.
Um, you said kings and queens seek her advice. I prophetically have also been told that I'll be used as wisdom in governmental places. In Jurri, I'm just blown away right now. I'm so sorry.
Wow. I
I
had no
mean,
idea.
never have met you, never up until tonight have ever talked to you, never really had heard of what you do in this ministry. And so I am just blown away. Absolutely blown away.
Well, it is my pleasure and honor to help you. I mean, it's great. I told you before we went live, I said, I tell everybody that I take a risk. I don't know people, and I'm winging it every time. And so It's every single time it's a huge risk. And so I'm so thankful that the story touched your heart this way, that it had relevant things for you, and that it really impacted your heart and confirmed things for you. It's interesting that the video froze right at the beginning of me telling the story, and how that you were frozen on the screen, and everyone who's watching or doing the replay, they're going to have to listen to the story, right? Then we were like, we lost her, and everyone's like, oh man, like the roller coaster ride. And then you come back. we don't get to see you during the story. We don't get to view you, but boom, you come back and show up, and I'm like, wow, I had no. Because what I think is, like, you were walking down the hallway or something, and I saw your mascara, and I'm like, wait. Was she hurting herself? I was wondering if you were hurt or something with your eye. And then I saw you were crying. And I'm
no,
like...
it's just my makeup.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just extremely emotional. The moment that you started reading the first couple lines, it just hit me. I was like, wow, that's like pretty dead on to my morning.
Okay.
And then burning the candle at both ends. And
wow. It's interesting that the beginning question that I started off with is, do you need a change of direction? And, I kind of got where's the first part of the story? So, like, it says she needed to make a course correction. And there it is, right?
There it is.
There it is. So you're being told by the story, course correction.
Yes.
And if you don't, you'll crash, right? And it's funny because, like, I didn't know who this woman was driving, okay? I didn't know her name. I didn't know, anybody. I just knew it was a woman driving. And you're both being affected by the crash. And I was like, then you said you had a sister. And I'm like, well, there you go. This is so crazy. It. Crazy, right? But here's the thing. One of the things that I talk to people about is you need to become the hero in your own story. And good storytelling has an active main character, okay? So right now, Jodi, you are being given a choice. You're being given a call to adventure, to make a course correction in the way that your heart's going to have to tell you what that's going to be. You're going to have to go and listen to your heart, and what is he going to say to you, and make a course correction. See, stories and movies and that kind of thing, we don't really gravitate toward passive characters. Those passive characters is they're reacting to what happens, and it kind of like a can getting kicked down the road, and they're the can. What you need to do is you need to be the person kicking your can down the road and being active. So you have to start making some choices. You're going to have to start making some strong decisions. Now, let me encourage you. One of the great things about a main character is a character has desire. And certain systems, religious systems, political systems, family systems, want to kill your desire. They want to say, you can't do that. Oh, you're not qualified. Oh, you don't have what it takes. Oh, we don't have enough resources. But the thing is, you need to recognize the desires of your heart, and you need to take the plunge and go for it. Sometimes the yellow brick road doesn't appear until you take your steps forward. I had this one time I was talking to a guy named Bradley. He's a dancer in LA, and I saw him walking and leading a bunch of people on a yellow brick road, but the bricks were falling into place just as he's walking forward. So that means that you need to be able to be willing to take those risks and become the main character of your story, an active character, one with a desire that won't let the systems destroy your desire. Does that make sense to you? Does that check out with you?
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Marcia says she looks frozen. I can see her okay. Let me know if everyone else can see her okay. So, yeah, I mean, I want to empower you tonight. So, what's happening here is that you have an SUV that's really strong and powerful, right? It protected you and your sister. I'll just put it that way. So right now with this, you're there, Jurri. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I can see her just fine. So this SUV Yeah, thank you, Alicia. This SUV is strong and powerful. There's enough grace and mercy available to you to protect you. But
Yes.
what happens is that your driver fell asleep. You're nodding off because you're exhausted.
Yes.
And so you lost the steering wheel. See, as an active hero in your story, you're driving, and your desires are so important that you have to pursue them. And see, one thing that's interesting is that certain systems say, "Oh, it's not you," or "It is you, but not yet." So you need to determine in your heart, what's the now? What's the yes for the now? What's the thing that is in your heart that so burns in you that won't ever go away, and say, "I want to do this now." Some people will criticize you and call you selfish ambition. Well, I can say that that's if you have a heart that is selfish, but I don't think you would be a selfish ambition. You are just pursuing the desires of your heart, and that's really, really valuable. And so you need to give yourself permission to pursue your dream.
Yes.
You have. I'll just tell it to you right now, Jodi. Your face is cut in half, just so you know.
Okay. Sorry.
So I want you to listen to me. So be still and look at me. I'll be the person tonight that tells you, I grant you permission to pursue your dream. You have permission to pursue the desires of your heart. You have permission to go for it. And it doesn't matter if you can do it or can't do it. It is something that's going to unfold like that rail of brick road. But the thing is you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So you give out with your songs and your music, and you pour out, but there's a little girl inside you that's in a special guard. Are you still there, Jodi? Can you hear me? Jodi, you're frozen. Hello? Jodi? Hold on, guys. We're getting there. This is good stuff. I'll be back with the thing I was saying. Just a second. Hold on. Because it's really good stuff. There we go. Here we go. All right. Sign number 1. Oh, we're having so many challenges tonight. So what I'm about... Okay, here we go. I'm not getting a picture. Okay, let's try it again. Just a second, guys. Something's wrong with the internet connection. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to let that throw me off because I know where I'm going with this conversation. So, talking about loving yourself, right? So it's important to be kind to yourself. And, you need to be able to minister or parent your child, your inner child. So that's what I'm going to go for here. Come on, Jodi. Come on back. Let's see here. Thanks, Lisa. I would welcome that. Okay. Here we go. It's going to work this time. Come on. So she's trying to call in, and there's no picture. Interesting. Oh, come on. Okay, let me try this. Just a second, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
This is Jodi. Leave me a message and I'll call you right back.
Okay, that's not working. Okay, so this story apparently has really touched her heart. I mean, I'm so floored to see her response. I'm so amazed to know that there are so many things going on in her heart. Ha! I just got a text. She says the power went out. They're in the middle of hurricane winds. Wow, okay. Interesting. The storms have come. Okay, so let me go back to this. Sorry, guys, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, so it looks like their power's out, unfortunately. And we'll have to reconnect with her offline. So isn't this an amazing story and how it really impacted her heart? I mean, if you think about it, the story was telling her about making a course correction. She's burning the candle at both ends. It totally read her mail in that sense, and now she's having to make a decision. And I want to put it back to you guys in the audience. What are you doing in your life that is burning the candle at both ends? And what's the desire of your heart that you're not answering? What's the thing inside your heart that you need to give yourself permission to pursue? What are the dreams that you want to see come true? See, don't think of it as like selfish ambition or I can't do that or you disqualify yourself. No, you've come into this world with a purpose. You have something in your heart that says, I was made to do and to be somebody. And so that's something that the world wants to shut down. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to say, I am free from the systems. I am free from the restrictions I've put on myself. And I want to see my dreams come true. I mean, you think about it, that mysteries are unlocked when you pursue your dream. When you begin to discover who you are and you find out that you're royalty, that you find out that you are a son and daughter, not some sort of abandoned orphan. No, you're more than that. You are royalty and you're called to become a king or queen, and that there's some things valuable about you and there's something important for you to do. And that's the journey we're on. And that's how you get your identity and destiny so you can become the hero of your own story. Think about that. Think about what's in your heart. What's going on inside of you? As you're talking to me, I want the chat to come in onto the show. I thank you for your comments from Mike and Marcia and Lisa, anyone else. I want to interact with you. I want to ask in the chat, please tell me and the audience in the chat, what is the desire of your heart? Or are you going to be giving yourself permission to pursue your dream? Because I can tell you tonight, me as just a person, I give you permission to pursue your dreams. Permission is granted here. So what are you going to do about that? Now that you've given the car keys and the permit or the driver's license, just like in that vehicle, that car of life, are you going to get in the car and take the road? Are you going to go on the adventure? Are you going to go through storms like they're having with the winds of the hurricane? Are they going to go up and down? Are you going to still stick on the journey? And are you going to reach your destination? See, part of your journey is that you have to know who you are, which is your driver's license, but you also have to have the keys. And I'm giving you that key, and that key is permission to go. So go for it. Do what's in your heart. Pursue those dreams. You have an opportunity right now for yourself. And so Mike says, I desire to become a successful author and entrepreneur. Well, there you go. Mike, you're going to do it, and I believe in you, and I believe that will happen. And I'm so glad that you are aware of what you want, and I'm so glad of your vision. Don't ever lose heart of that vision. Don't ever lose heart of who you are and what you want to do. So now I want to shift gears. If there's more comments, I'll definitely address them. Does anybody have any questions for me in the chat? Anything that you want to ask me? Any thoughts or comments of some kind besides your desire and your destiny and your identity? I'd love to hear from you. While I'm waiting on that, I want to remind you in the audience that if you want a story, go to legendsofthewind.com to the store. We still have a sale going on at 60% off. Typically, these are currently priced at $250, but our discount leads it to $99. More and more people are showing interest, and they're wanting their story. We've had a good number of orders just this past week. And so now we're trying to schedule everybody and trying to let people know and spread the word that we're figuring this out as we go, really, me and my wife, Alicia. Also, don't forget that you can get our book. This is volume 1. So these contain 20 short stories that are prophetic stories, just like I've been presenting tonight, and other things. There are all sorts of things, fantasy and adventure, that are for young and adults, children, boys and girls. It's all mythical, all for all ages. And what I mean by myth is some people think that myth is a lie. Well, I disagree. Some people may say, oh, that's a myth, and call it a lie. These stories are myths that help reveal who you are. They help open your eyes to your identity and destiny. And myths are the deeper stories that we carry in our hearts. So if you want to get that book, go to legendsofthewind.com, or you can find it on Amazon. And by the way, I think I mentioned this at the beginning. We have an audiobook version of this, and it's not just me reading a boring monotone storytelling time. It's an amazing musical adventure, sound effects, sound design, and it's a powerful experience that you get immersed in those worlds of those stories. Now, we're still weekly on YouTube on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, and that is going to be changing to add Thursdays, but not every single Thursday. So we'll be keeping you posted and updated on that kind of schedule. If you want to email us, you can find us at support@legendsofthewind.com. So yeah, so thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate your time. I'm so sorry we had some technical challenges tonight. I think that the storm that Jodi is facing in the natural has really caused her phone connection to not work. So it's such a bummer. So I'll have to follow up with her later. And then, of course, she's supposed to appear with Jake Richards on Yes FM. She's going to be giving her testimony about her experience tonight. Even though we had technical challenges, she still got to hear the story. Thankfully, that worked out. And so she'll be reporting back to Toledo, Ohio's audience of Yes FM. And I'm really excited to see what that's going to be like. I don't know if I'm going to be on that show, but I know that the two of them will be talking. So we're almost done. We have if we can get 2 more subscribers on YouTube, we'll reach the 100 mark deadline, or not deadline, the goal. Because once you get 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'm easily able to be searched for. So please hit the subscribe button on YouTube and click the like button, comment some more. That I would really appreciate it. And Lisa says, this is very motivating and my creativity is flowing. That's awesome. That's great. May you bubble up with all sorts of ideas. And so, guys, I guess that's it. Thank you for joining us on the show tonight. I really appreciate your time. And I wish you a wonderful week. And go ahead and pursue your dreams. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.